Right. Being full of air, nose push, exhale. Right. The way I picked this up on Joe Flisco before Joe Flisco's D4 Dream. I didn't know it was a thing. All I knew was when I started harmonica, I would feel like I'm out of breath, right? But you soon realise after watching Adam Gusso and some other people that they're talking about the opposite. It's you've got too much breath inside of you, so you feel full up, and then it causes you. Well, what are you doing then? Whoa, what's going on? I'm overcome. I've got too much breath inside me, but it feels like you're out of breath because in life we kind of panic or we feel overwhelmed or, swimming or whatever. It's normally because you feel like you need breath. Okay, so, right. How do, like, your nose push? So I've just made some videos on the major scale, 60 BPM, eighth notes, quarter notes, and I'm doing it up and down, up and down, up and down for 2.5 minutes, without stopping, no breaks. Yeah, the harmonica's going to get full up with spit if I keep doing that. I don't know if the mic picked that up, but I haven't blown my nose. Yeah, it's good practice. Blow your nose first if you're doing a long piece or something. I don't know if the mic was able to. I was doing that in between, so I'm doing it on the blow notes, right? Don't get me wrong, I'm not a teacher, right? I'm not a teacher. I'm not teaching. I share, right? And I've got a couple of people who have picked them up. I'm like a mentor. I've been playing for like 4 years. They've been playing for 6 months or a year or two, and we're buddies. We're friends. We communicate, and I maybe share some tips or encourage them. Come on, mate, what's going on this week? How are them bends going on? Oh, I haven't been doing much this week. Right, come on, get at it. Bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean? And then they're like, oh, wow, I can do it. That sort of thing. And likewise, it helps me a lot. It's therapeutic. It's good to have friends. I've got friends in America, in Australia, and all across the UK, right, doing this thing. It's great. So, my friend yesterday, also you've got people's learning styles going on here. You're making friends with people and working people out their learning styles. So my friend, who's quite methodical and quite thorough, you say something, and I think he takes it quite what's the word? It is what you say it is, sort of thing, yeah. Until you go, right, no, right, sorry, I didn't quite mean bang. I meant, bang, 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 gentle, something like that, right? Anyway, so when I mentioned, so let's say I'm doing the major scale, I can feel heat on my finger, even on that first note. I haven't gone. There's been no real thinking, but obviously when I first started harmonica, or when I come up against the Joe Filisko's one. So the Joe Filisko's one, it's in G. Right. This is a C harmonica. Don't do it justice. It's like that, and the thing, you know, it's the sort of thing where it's a fox chase. You do it all day long. He could probably just do it non-stop. If he was trying to raise money, he could probably do it for like 12 hours non-stop. I don't know about that. But it's that sort of thing. It's a perpetual thing, providing you can release air. Right? Don't do it justice on a C harmonica. Not a Kongshen anyway. So my friend said to me yesterday, well, he just finds himself just all the air's gone, and maybe the note didn't sound. Like, let's say it's a major scale, because you're focusing on the nose, which is fair enough. I totally understand it. I had that when I first started with the Joe Filisko's one. So, bad practice, really. I should blow my nose. So what I was thinking, right, what am I going to do? What am I going to do here, right? Am I going to get this across? So he's already this. So there's an order of things, really. You start playing, you pick up a harmonica. People talk about single notes and scales, right? They talk about these things, right? And then you start to go, oh, wow, I'm so out of breath, and so then if you're in contact with a wise community, they then talk about belly breathing, right? So hopefully we've done that now, right? Hopefully we've already started that process, pumping your belly up, letting your belly go down as you breathe out, pumping up, letting your belly. Hopefully you've already been doing that. If you haven't, find a video on diaphragmatic belly breathing, and then sort of come back to this. This sort of nose pushy, nose exhale. Joe Filisko uses the word exhale a lot, which is good. Instead of blow, it's exhale. That makes sense. You could sort of say, you know, it's not sort of like, oh, you got a week to do this in. I want you to come back to me in a week and show me you can. No. It could be. It might. I find things helpful to sort of go, this is a year's sort of project, and even 2 or 3 years, because if like with Joe Filisko's D4 Dream, Henry's Lament. They're the sorts of things that I get out the box every now and then. I have a go at them, I add to them, and because I'm playing that little bit longer each time, I'm that little bit better at breath control, and then adding in different textures. That's only me. Someone else might sort of go, right, D4 Dream, 6 months or 3 months or 6 weeks. I'm just going to do it all. Bah! And that might be how they go on. I don't know. I haven't done that. Maybe I get lethargic or bored with one subject. So then I go Irish music, a bit of blues, and I'm sort of doing a bit of everything. Right, gone on too long. How do you kind of just start this process without harmonica? So I got to thinking, maybe some people might appreciate this sort of like mathematical explanation This sometimes helps me, right? Sorry, I'm waffling a lot, but this is one of those topics, I think, that requires some talk, right? If I was to go, I'm like using 75% of my breath. If I kept going until I ran out, it would be 100% of my breath, right? Or if I just go, gone, it feels like I'm empty now, right? Which I probably am. There's probably still more there going, keeping me alive and stuff. But so mathematically, sort of like percentages, that's everything out in one go. Well, I'm sort of thinking, right, say you're doing the major scale. I'm thinking that's more like 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, yeah? And you would think, right, with the major scale, I correct me if I'm wrong, I wrote this down, blow, jaw, blow, jaw, blow, jaw, blow, because I got thinking for a second, it's because there's more jaws. Well, there ain't. I don't think there is. If you write it down, you'll see it's equal. Even with the 6 and the 7, it still equals out, I think, right? I sort of gave up thinking, it started out in my head. I gave up writing it down and trying it. I was like, well, it's equal sort of thing. So then why then, therefore, do we get filled up? Because it should be blow jaw, blow jaw, blow jaw, blow jaw, equal temperament. But for some reason it ain't. If you do that after something without releasing air out your nose or around the harmonic, like with loose lips, if you don't do that, nose or loose lips, you will find you're filling up. Right? So, I don't know. It leaves you to think, right? Does that mean then, therefore, breathing in takes more effort or a bit more oxygen or there's more air escaping around, I don't know, the reed getting in? I don't know. All I know is you fill up with air, so we need to escape it. So, I then started thinking for someone who might appreciate the sort of percentages mathematical side of things, I'm thinking it's 10% blow, 10% draw. But when you're blowing, the nose push is a bit like maybe 1% extra. So you're not going, you sort of, and the nose is just trickling. Even though when I did it at the start of the video, I was kind of making more of an effort, maybe so that you might hear it. Yeah. But mathematically speaking, percentages, I reckon it's probably 10%, 10%, 10%, 10% with 1% or 2% out your nose. This would only make sense for those types of people who go, oh, right, okay, that makes sense to me. Other people's learning style is, well, that's unhelpful. That ain't my bag, you know what I mean? But some people, I've met people on the way, different people, right? They're like, my daughter's like this. She's like, I'm like, yeah, let me show you this. Maths. Do it the other way around. It's all right. Do it the other way around. Take this on. Just do the tens first, and then no, because my teacher hadn't showed me that way. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? It's all right. It don't matter. Let's go ahead of you. Well, no, because she hadn't showed me that way. It's a bit like that. And I've met adults who are a bit like that. They're like, huh? What do you mean? Sort of spontaneous what? What do you mean? Sort of thing. What? Show me. Where's the paperwork? Where's the what? Where's this? What do you mean spontaneous? What do you mean just improvise? What do you mean just No. They're basically like, they're like, if it ain't written down and I haven't worked out, the 1, 2, 3, 4 method, or it hasn't been shown to me by a qualified teacher, then it just doesn't make sense to me. It's so there's that sort of little analogy, right? The other thing is I got to thinking is, right, what sort of exercise do I give someone who where for me just to go, just blow your nose, just exhale, just release some air, and don't get me wrong, I didn't just get it like that, and maybe that's why I'm able to explain it like this, is because I'm that person where it's helped me to see things in percentages. I am more of a spontaneous person in many ways, but when I'm looking at how to gap a reed, how hard do you press that reed down? Well, I like to think, well, it's like 0.5% of a press. It's tiny. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that's what this is. That's what I think this can be like. So the exercise, right, that I sort of thinking, a bit like when they say lay on the bed and feel your belly going up and down as you breathe. Yeah, that sort of thing. A bit like when they say get a metronome, just count 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. No harmonica. They say you just put a backing track on, just count. No harmonica. Well, this is the same, right? Right. Breathing, exhaling breath, avoiding the being full up with breath, avoiding being too empty, I guess. There is that, but that's less of a problem. Avoiding being full up, right? Without a harmonica in your mouth. Right, so look, if I say to you, blow out your mouth and breathe out your nose, the mind sort of says, oh, nose, mouth, this, yeah? Right, when you're asleep, so I do this, right? Fingers under your nose, hand in front of your mouth. You know when you're watching TV like that? Bit of a zoner, like, oh, what is this? British Bake Off. Or you know when you're asleep, you do this naturally. You do, probably, right? Most people do. You do the nose push as you're sleeping. Alright, do that naturally. Bit like you're snoring, right? And feel your nostril. You can actually feel your nostrils start to flex. You can feel the air on your nose, it coming out your nose. I got nostril hairs. Most people, 50-year-old men do. I'm not doing this. No. Right, it's just relax. Try and relax. That's a bit of a paradox. Try and relax. What's that supposed to mean? You'll feel it on the tips of your finger coming out your neck, and you'll feel it doing this. It's just natural. It's natural. But put a harmonica in front of your mouth, right? And you got a tab there, or you're thinking major scale, blow jaw, 4 4 5 4 5 6, or whatever it is, and you're thinking metronome. Forget about the metronome. Forget about the metronome. Forget about the harmonica. Start with this. Yeah, it's natural. It's just natural. We do it all night when we're asleep. Then forget about the metronome. Do it with the harmonica. What I'm doing there is I'm tongue blocking, but I'm blocking holes. 1, 2, and 3 very gently. It's not. It's just taking it away a little bit. My hands here, my fingers here, so that I can feel it on there. You could lay on your bed. Almost like you're snoring. I'm almost asleep. But listen, so, and then, guess what? Move the harmonica. So that when you blow, even if it's not a clean single note, don't care about that right now. Hopefully you've got some single notes. You've worked on that. That's a totally different thing. This might be, right, if you're watching this video and you've just started playing harmonica, don't bother watching this video. Do you know what I mean? It's just play a song, nursery rhyme, play Happy Birthday to You. Just use the breath that's naturally coming in and out of your mouth. Do you know what I mean? But if you're 6 months to a year in and you played some songs and I don't know, you're doing the train rhythm, but you feel out of breath, full up, you doing scales, but you think I can only do it for like half a minute. It's sort of like, I remember, right? Will Wild's got a video about breath control, I think, and he's literally doing a draw note for like a minute or two, and when I was watching that, I was like, all I could do was 10 seconds, if any. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it was whoa. I'm exhausted. So yeah. So I hope you got that. Sorry that it took me about 18 minutes to get to that. Sorry about that. But there's some explanation, I think, around it all. I strongly recommend Joe Filisko's D Ford Dream. The reason being is because that is what really helped me get this. And there's it's like a blow note on hole 3, but that's what got me on this, yeah. And now, where are all my harmonicas? Put them all away. Right, the other thing is, I guess, that I should mention is let's not be too pedantic about nose push, right? So with that Irish song, there's some really fast. There's some faster stuff going on. What I'm saying is let's not be too pedantic about nose push, nose exhale, because I've got holes everywhere. So just in case you are that hyper sort of mathematical engineer and you're like, hold on a minute, he said nose. But it's kind of like, it is that ready for sleep, you're on the sofa watching that program, the period drama with the missus, and this program it is that, because your mouth, you're not like this. You're more like that. Nose and mouth. So when you're playing, so as you go on playing, if you noticed, I was doing, I'm doing nose and mouth there, and I'm air is coming in around the harmonica into my mouth. Air is going out my nose and my mouth around the harmonica like that. So this is why it might be good. It's a negative to say, I want you to learn this in 4 days. Come back to me in 4 days when you're really good at it. No, it's like put, I like to put numbers on these things. Like, give me a year. Give me a year. Hopefully I'm still going to be alive in a year. So let's just keep working on that, breathing stuff that we was born to do. Breathing around the harmonica, and let's overcome, the mind which says, I want you to do this right now. Yeah, straight out your nose. Do it. Just do it. Just do it, mate. It's simple. Yeah, just get on with it. Yeah. And I want you to be able to do major scale for 3 minutes non-stop. Just, why can't you do this? What, are you stupid? Do you know? No. Yeah, so that is negative. I don't mean negative. I mean in the sense where it's just not reality. Reality is more like, this is going to take you a year or two. I don't mean before you can do it. I mean, so I've been doing this for a year or two, possibly, right? So now I can do the major scale for 2 or 3 minutes. I haven't tried to do it any longer than that. What's the point, sort of thing? There is actually a good point, because then you better at breath control. So, but yeah, don't put those pressures on yourself. Just make this part of your habit. Have one of these in a leather pouch in your pocket all the time. So when you're walking the missus, you're taking her to the doctor, and you've got to sit there in that stupid waiting room where nobody wants to talk, everyone's dying, and you're thinking, oh, right, go and wait outside, sit in the car, sit on the wall, and just go and just play a song, enjoy yourself, enjoy the music. Enjoy creating, and just sort of practice. I hate to say this word, mindfulness, right? It is being mindful, like what I was saying about the feeling the nostrils, feeling and getting in tune with the fact that you do that naturally. You're doing it naturally when there's no harmonica. So you just need to get to a place where you do it naturally with the harmonica. And there are obstacles there, I understand. And I've explained that in this video. So I hope that helps. Don't forget to subscribe if you get anything out of my videos. If you think I talk too much, then you're right. Yeah. And maybe these videos aren't for you. So God bless. This is the Kongshen Tingy Harp, sent from Florida from my mate Alan. Not a bad harmonica. It's got that. I don't know if tinny is the right. Just lacks a bit of roundness, but it's a nice harp. God bless.